Hey y'all, what's up? I'm back. I am videoing this from my bed because right now I have a cat sitting on my lap, and when you have a cat sitting on your lap, you don't get up. So I wanted to do just like a quick update, real quick, and then we'll get into the topic of the night. So, update, real quick. Um, Channel direction. It's kind of the cat's moving. I guess I was talking too much. Typical male. I am going to be doing a couple different things with the channel. Like, of course, I'm doing my outdoor stuff, and then like the best advice ever on my Let's Talks. Um, Not really. That's just kind of me sharing my opinions on things. But then I have like the comedy side of things. So I have my outdoor stuff, my Let's Talks, and then the comedy side. So my channel is just going to have a bunch of different departments, if you will. That's the way I'm looking at it. So right now we've got the ACP unit of the OAK YouTube channel, which, by the way, has now been shortened to the ACP unit of the OAK YTC. YTC stands for YouTube channel, and I will have another video out that specifically goes over all of the acronyms for everything. And then, because I'm so tired of seeing like negative news and negative stuff, I'm going to start my own news network. And on this news network, it will be only good news or funny news. It will be a good news division, department, whatever of my channel. It's all me doing it. So since I have this whole crew here, helping me, and I'm almost a millionaire, I'm like working towards that. I'm going to utilize all of the assets I've got, to really bring what I want this channel to feel like, to life. And I will continue, of course, the outdoor stuff as I can. I can't get out and do that every day or even every other day. I wish I could. Life goal. But in the meantime, I will stick to doing that when I can, and then bringing you some different kind of fun, interesting stuff. Hopefully somewhat interesting stuff in between. If not, hopefully you get a laugh out of it, If not, then this ain't your channel. Anyway, so tonight's video, to bring that back around, I want to talk about just, and I'm not going to go, like, this isn't going to be a super long video, but I want to talk about believing in yourself. I feel like I can talk about this because I've pulled myself out of some really dark places. And mainly financially, like that's the main part I'm going to talk about. Being a single parent requires money, and you either have to, well, there's, I don't know, there's just so many things that you have to do in order to take care of your children, and it's all, all of it just requires money. No big deal. I just didn't want to depend on anything outside of myself, right? So I went to school and I worked that. And if you watch one of my other videos, my getting to know me video, I talk about it in there. I went to school and worked full time, and I did that for quite a while. And when I knew I had to sacrifice, but once I got to the other side of that, it was still tough. Like, I had to earn my dues in my career. I had to climb the ladder in my career. But in a matter of 7 years, I have gone from, just like, that's when I finished school, was 7 years ago, to like entry level of the world I'm in, and I have just climbed the ladder. And how this relates to believing in yourself is that the only way that I could have achieved this was having absolute no doubt in my mind that this is what I was going to do. I went as far to write down a certain figure that I looked at repeatedly, thought about repeatedly, kept it in my brain. I would say, oh, if I just made this much money, this is what I would need to be comfortable. Granted, that was before inflation, but still, it's relative. But, I had to remove complete, like, all doubt from my mind whatsoever. And anybody around me that was either telling me I wasn't going to be able to do it, or put doubt in my mind by what they were saying, even if they weren't like directly saying those words, if they were indirectly saying it, I had to remove those people from my mental awareness, and I couldn't give that energy. as a female in the working world, multiple times I have had scenarios where I have had to walk away from my self worth. And every time I've done that, it served me better. For example, just one example, when I first finished school, um, I had qualified for like help because I was, a single mom with 2 kids and I was in school. I didn't make hardly any money, just enough to survive. And, I needed help with food, and that's all I got help with was food and daycare. And I remember I had my first job out of finishing school, and I they had required us to work overtime, and I remember that the overtime money put me over the amount net worth. I think it was, yeah, net gross net worth, net income, um like the total income. It put me over the total income, and it cost me to lose my benefits because I made too much money, even though it also put me into a higher tax bracket. So I actually was bringing home less money in a paycheck than I was previously, and I lost all my benefits. So I couldn't afford to put my kids in daycare. And that's a real life thing. And I remember going into the welfare office and, presenting them with this scenario and going, oh my God, like, what am I going to do? And the advice I was given was to ask my employer to pay me less money. And I looked her in the face and I said, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to tell him to pay me more money, or I'm going to go find another job. And that's exactly what I did. And every time I've been faced with a situation like that, that's what I've done. But there was a time earlier this year whenever they did our reviews and whatnot, and I saw how much money I was making now and got how much money I was making now, like my new increase or whatever it was. And it's the amount of money that I had been dreaming in my head years ago that I needed in order to be able to take care of myself and my kids. And I'm there now. Like, it's time to make a new goal. You know what I mean? But to sit there and have the realization, like, oh my gosh, I did it. It all goes back to believing in yourself. If I didn't believe in myself, I wouldn't have made it here. And I think that damn near anything is possible if you just believe in yourself. It seems to me that the key is belief. And if you just believe without doubt, you can achieve pretty much anything. Yeah, you're going to have hardships. Nothing that's worth it ever comes easy, but you'll accomplish it. I think that when you start thinking about something that you really want, you start automatically doing things that kind of align with the trajectory of accomplishing that. And I think that if you just hold that in your mind, that how you're going to accomplish things, like, that is the key. What you think about and how you think about it says it all. So anyway, kind of a short talk, but to me, it's a really important one, short and sweet. But believing in yourself, that'll take you so far. It'll take you everywhere. It will take you from being a single mom with nothing to being a single mom who can provide very well and do well for her kids. And that is something to be proud of. I don't care who you are. Anyway, hope you guys keep an eye out for my other videos, and I will be catching you on the next. Toodles, y'all.